Okay, welcome back to Space Potatoes Episode 4. This is following Interlude 1, where I fixed a handful of errors in the code, and we're ready to move on. In this episode, we will add motion to the aliens and a couple other things. So let's get started. One of those other things that I want to fix right off the bat here is I want to create variables for the alien velocities and the bomb velocities and the player velocities, so I can change those very easily. So right at the top of our code, I'm going to add a couple lines here. First is we're going to define a variable for our alien velocity. Set that equal to 5 for now, and then we're going to define another variable for our bomb velocity. And I'm speeding up the bombs to 9 here. And finally, another variable for our player velocity. I think that's set to 5 right now. So now we have to change in the code where these are going to be used. We'll start with alien velocity, copy that variable. And actually, I'm going to call this alien velocity x, because really it's velocity in the x direction. Velocity x, and then we're going to use that down here. Alien1.velocity x equals alien velocity x. So then we'll do this for all of them. So if we want to speed her up or slow down our aliens, we can just change that up here. Whoops, up here. So let's copy this line. And that should take care of the alien velocity. Oh wait, no it doesn't. Or does it? Yeah, it does, for the time being. Okay, let's now use our bomb velocity variable. Copy that. And I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna collapse these functions. Update player, update laser, update aliens. Update bombs is the one we want, I believe. Yeah, because here in all of these if statements, we have a velocity statement. And instead of setting it to 5, we're going to set it to bomb velocity. And we're gonna do that all the way down with each of these aliens. That should do it. Okay, and then back to the top, and finally let's use our player velocity variable. And we're going to go down to update player, and instead of these 5s, we're going to drop in player velocity. And that should do it for that. Collapse this again. Okay, moving on. We want to write another update function that's going to move the aliens. And I don't really want to put that in update aliens because update aliens is what we do. That was the function where we handled when the laser hits the aliens. So that really deals with alien hits. So I'm going to rename this function update alien hits. And then I have to rename it down here as well. And then I'm going to write a new one under that that's update alien motion. And we'll insert that right down here. There's one other function we're going to want to write in here. I guess I might as well put it in now. Under update bombs, we want to also, because we're going to make the aliens move back and forth like in Space Invaders, moving downward when they reach the end of the screen. And if they run into the player ship, like kamikaze style, we want the player ship to explode. So we need to write a function that handles alien player collisions, which is going to be update alien player collision. So before we get to that, let's code the update alien motion function. So remember up here, we gave the aliens a positive x velocity. So from the get-go, they're moving off the screen to the right. So we want in this function to have a conditional where if they get beyond a certain x value, we're going to increment their y position, and then we're going to make them move in the opposite direction. Then we'll put another conditional over on the left side of the screen where if they get to below a certain x value, again, we increment the y position, the y value, and move them back in the rightward direction. So let's scroll back down and put in our first conditional, and it's going to go like this. If alien1.x is greater than about 390, then we want to increment the y position, increment the y position So we'll add 50 to it to drop it downward. And then we want to change its velocity from a positive velocity to the negative of that. So that's going to be alien1.velocity_x. And we're going to set that to 0 minus alien velocity x. Let's see if that works. Yes, alien 1 has moved down and to the left. We want to repeat that for the other 4, but let's put in the other piece first. So that's going to be very similar to this, except we're going to change our conditional. So I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to say if alien1.x is less than, because it's moving left, x is decreasing, is less than 10, then this line will stay the same, move them downward, and then we want to set the velocity x back to positive like that. Let's see if that works. And it should just keep going. Now, it doesn't destroy the player yet. We'll get to that. But let's copy and paste these for the rest of the aliens now. So I'm going to do that 4 more times. And then I need to change each of these. Mess that up. One, 2, 3. This is not right. Okay, see if I got that right. Something not right. Okay, let's check this over. Right here. Try that. Okay, I think we got it. Not bad. I might tweak that a little later, but awesome. We got them moving. And they'll just keep going. We might want to loop this or something. I'm not sure yet, but that's the basic pattern. But there's something that's wrong that we have to fix that's not going to work with this, because if I run this again and my aliens are now still dropping bombs again after they're killed. And we have fixed that before, but we got to go look at update bombs again. I'm going to put that camera, I'm going to turn the camera zoom back down to 0.5 or maybe 0.3 so we can see aliens off the screen. Oh, look at that. That's it. That's not right. What's happening here? They're falling into the void. So let's take a look at update alien hit. So if you'll remember, when we did update alien hit, when the alien was hit by the laser, we moved the alien to -200, -50. So unfortunately, since we moved it to an x of -50, if we go down to the update alien motion that we just wrote, we have a conditional that says if the alien's x value is less than 10, then we're going to move it downward and we're going to change its velocity. So that's an issue. That conditional is kicking in after we hit the alien with a laser and move it off the screen to the left. So we can fix that by adding an additional Boolean here, because we could say we only want this to kick in a narrow strip of the screen over here, like if the alien is less than 10 but still greater than something else. So we could say if alien1.x is less than 10 and alien1.x is greater than 0, then move them down by 50 pixels and switch the velocity. So that in that way, when the laser hits them and it moves to an x of -200, it's not going to kick in. Okay, so we got to change that on all of these. Okie doke, I think that did it. Let's test her out. Oh yeah, nice. But we didn't. Oh, that's funny. We didn't stop their motion, and they're running into the laser, I think, here. So we gotta set their velocity to 0 when they are hit by the laser as well. So for that, we're gonna go back up to update alien hit, and we're gonna put in a line here. Let's put it right here, and we just want to set alien 1.velocity x to 0. That should do it. Now we're going to copy that downward for the others. And I think that should take care of it. Let's run it and see what happens. Yep. And there they are, just waiting. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to adjust my camera again. There we go. That's good. 0.4 is good for debugging. In fact, I kind of like 0.4 as like the regular size. Because we could put, instead of 5 aliens, we could put 10 or 12 on there. Maybe that'll be a future update. I don't know. I might have to wait for that until we go to Sprite Group and completely rewrite this whole thing. Okay, but let's move on to the alien player collision function. Update alien player collision. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to collapse these others. Okay, let's do it. This is just going to be if alien is touching player. And you know, this is going to be the exact same block of code as when the bomb touches the player and destroys the player. So we should be able just to go up to our update bombs function. Scroll down to this block of code. If bomb 1 is touching player, destroy the player. And we should just be able to snatch this and come back down here to update AP collision, paste it, and then just change bomb 1 to alien 1. That's literally it. We just have to copy and paste this now for the other aliens. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will be alien 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's it. Let's test it. Yep, works. Think we're good. But the last thing is to add the sound effect. So I kind of wanted to add like a teleportation sound when they drop down, like zoom, 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 zoom. And let's do that. Update alien motion again. We're going to play sound. And we needed a zoom, zoom, zoom sound. I had used category jump retro game enemy jump 5. Was that one? That sounds exactly the same. Oh, I like this one. It's a little too long. Maybe I could speed it up. Or that one. That one's too long too. Let's use this guy. Let's use this for now. And I can speed it up later. Whoops. Let's see how it sounds. It's too much. It's way too much. That would get to be super annoying. I'm going to take it out for now. I'm just going to comment it out. And mean, I guess I could show you how I shorten it. Maybe that'll be a different video. So I think maybe that's all for this one. I think that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. We'll see you on the next episode of Space Potaters.